let's just check it out real quick, you know, while we're already here. And it's going to be a new commodity today, isn't it? That's going to be a new commodity. That's going to be nice. I have actually not had a new commodity in quite a while, I think. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 in Freeplay with me, Spacefish. And welcome back to this trek of ships, rather, going up and down stream. Getting a lot of wood, hopefully sold off for us, and hopefully going to make us a lot of money that way. So if you can remember last episode, I think we actually bought a few more of these ships, and we also got this line up here for the first time, because if you'll remember, I renamed this city out here to Spacecity, based on some viewer feedback, so thanks a lot for that. And I'm now trying to get it to grow, because obviously we can't have Spacecity staying the same small town that it once used to be. So that will now be the task, and as we are already making tools out here, I will now today be taking on the task of actually getting the tools transported out to Spacecity. So what is the plan for a start here? I think I'll actually go and upgrade the streets bit. So I want to make this a medium street, or maybe, no, I mean a large one, it's probably a bit crazy, but I want to make it a medium street instead of a small one. What's this actually? Urban country. Ah, okay, so maybe we will actually get like highways eventually. Oh yeah, look at this! I never saw that. I thought the roads were just about the width, but it's not like... Okay, see, if you look here in the description, it says 20 kilometers an hour for the small one, 40 for the medium one, 60 for the large one. So that's actually very interesting. Then for the country road, the limits are actually higher, which is very interesting. I mean, right now it's just dirt roads, but that's actually very interesting. So we would kind of be preferring to actually do these. I didn't know that. Okay, so we can't actually make it that big apparently, because that would collide. But I'm going to make this one a medium road, and then we're going to make this one a large one, just to actually speed things up over here a good bit. And as we already have this much money, I'm thinking before Spacecity actually grows into the abyss, we will go and actually just go and make all these streets large. Because, yeah, I mean, this will cost us a good bunch of money now, but as we all know, it's going to cost us a good bunch more money later. So, I'd rather just make it this right now. You know, electric and tram lines and everything, we can do that after the fact. But actually making the streets big, we should do as early as possible. And that said, holy moly, I just spent 20 million bucks on this. Okay, may have slightly gone overboard with that one then. I will have to admit. That said, let's just get the time fast forward here for a second, alright? I know, this is a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy and all, but hopefully it will be a good long-term decision to do it like that right now. Because this city out here is definitely going to become a huge one. I'm not going to keep this thing small. I want to max out however crazy we can go on the size of this. And I was kind of considering, like, I'm kind of wondering right now, do we even want to transport this stuff over by truck right now, or do we want to make it with like a train station? The thing is, it's, whoa, firstly kind of the lag right there, but it's really short distance for a train, isn't it? Like, it feels almost as close as Dollydale, not quite, but then again, we've got this brick factory up here, so we could kind of do it in the brick factory, you know, and like keep the trucks to the brick factory and keep the train to the tools factory if we want to go that way instead. Like, I suppose that would be an option. There's like a lot of new roads being constructed out here, so just trying to stay on top of that. Just probably the city expanding because we nicked a bit of space off it in the middle with all these huge roads. So yeah, okay, that's gonna be the city for the time being. Did it just grow like crazy because we removed all the space from the inside of the city? Very interesting. Okay, so the thing is, I'm really kind of debating about that, right? Let's actually maybe already... I mean, electric tram lines do honestly not cost the world, so maybe we can already get something going right there. Would actually like to connect these two out here, I'll have to say, so let's maybe do that real quick. Sorry, building, you will have to move. But yeah, so we're just gonna connect things up like this already, you know. just to make sure that we've got some sort of working network going there. That these I wouldn't have had to upgrade. Can I downgrade them again? Yep, okay, let's do that. Okay, cool. So I'm not quite sure how we wanna go about this. Do we wanna transport this stuff by train actually? Why is my WASD not working anymore? There we go. The thing is also that like the train would have to cross over with that one, and it's like, ugh, it's all a bit of a big hassle. I think maybe we can actually make this thing. Honestly, do we even have to move? I think we're just going to move everything by truck, and we're only going to have a big passenger train station eventually. Yeah, let's do it that way. I mean, why not? That's going to be a nice change. So, what we're going to do then is we're going to be moving both of these goods in by truck, or at least like the final goods out of the city then once, right? So, we will have a truck station right out here. Gonna place that with a bit of distance, just in case we ever get the opportunity of expanding this road to become a large one, you know. And then we will need a trunk unload stop, and for tools we will need it over here apparently. It does not cover everything though, which I don't quite like. Does this cover everything? Yeah, right, that street is not connected. Let me upgrade the street and let me connect it. Just like that. Will that now be covering everything for me? I've got that one building up in the upper left corner. And one in the bottom right corner. So it's like either... Again, we're losing the one... Okay, let's do it like... Oh, wait, that supplies... Yeah, everything except for one building. Let's do it there. And then we will need a road depot too. So, gonna get that out here then. And we are going to firstly get up a line. Let's get it from here to here. And we will call it Tools Spacecity. Perfect. And then we will need some trucks for that. So we should have these fancy, somewhat new trucks, right? Yes, we do. Very nice. We can only take this one. That's the only one that I can actually load the cargo that we want. And then we'll just get 10 for a start, I think. Maybe I'm actually going a bit overboard with that, though. Let's go with 7 for a start and see how we're doing there. So, Tools Spacecity. Let's see what that's going to end up, like what kind of frequency that's going to end up being for us. So, obviously making tools out here. And very decent loading speeds on these trucks, I'll have to say. But, planks, tools. Tools Spacecity, we're at a frequency of 88 seconds, a rate of 58, which is honestly not too much. We need way more. Okay. So, did certainly not go overboard there. Let's go for another 5. I think that should be fine. And that should hopefully then last us for a while until I can actually upgrade these trucks. Now, the thing is also that with these trucks, right, that's also kind of quite the spam that I'm always going for there, right? So, I don't want to overdo it, but I just feel that on these short distances, it just doesn't make sense to have a train going back and forth these 2 meters, does it? Like, that just feels like such a short distance to cover here if you have these country roads that you can now go somewhat decent speeds on, and I'm sure those are going to get upgraded and they're going to become even faster, and then it's going to make even less sense to have things working out like that. So that's kind of my train of thought behind that. I hope that you guys somewhat understand that it just doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, I don't know. Does it make sense to you? It just doesn't seem to make too much sense to me. So yeah, I think we're going to keep things going like that for the time being. But that's the first good now flocking into Spacecity, which should hopefully be nice and awesome. We can only really produce 100 out here anyways. The question being, do we actually supply the necessary amounts of goods for that? I'm not actually too sure about that, because, I mean, for one, that obviously means that we will need some planks flowing, well, no, some wood flowing into the sawmill, and then we will need the proper frequency on the planks. So where is the plank stuff here? 182. So the frequency on the train should be good. The question is, how much are we... Yeah, it seems like we're kind of topping out on that thing. Doesn't seem like we're topping out on the shipping amount, though, which is kind of weird, given the frequency that we have going on that train, and given that it's pretty full. I don't quite understand why we only had a shipment of like 100 and a transport rate of 56. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. But the thing is, I think also that our like train of ships, that doesn't make any sense. You know, the whole huge line of ships is just kind of too slow. Like, look at this. We've got 420 logs out here because we don't have like this line is not consistent enough. So I think we'll just get some more ships assigned to the task. This one was the best one right now, wasn't it? Oh no, wait. Kind of, we can go for Schaffhaus and we can go for this thing. This thing is more power, but it's slower. So maybe it's, well, this thing doesn't transport the right goods for us anyway, so we could go, let's go for a few more. Just gonna go for 4 more of these. Oh, by the way, holy moly, we're speeding up like mad. Wood Eve sandboards, there we go. And that should hopefully, you know, just get that going a bit better and, you know, give us a bit more constant supply out there. Because right now, I feel that it may be what will kind of be disrupting the whole flow of goods in the very end. So, yeah, let's hope that helps out a bit. You know, these ships do all seem to be pulling goods quite nicely. Could probably also... No, I mean, honestly, I don't think we need a second loading dock. I think it's just now a matter of actually things playing out, you know, balancing out. Because we've got 2 up there, we've got 3 down here. But, like, this whole gap is empty, so... Ships will have to wait for a start, but I think in the short to middle term, it will probably play out rather nicely, rather quickly. So, there we go. Getting filled up pretty nicely, and we still got 387 out here, so, yeah. Like, fingers crossed that'll work out just fine. Where are you headed? You're headed to... Oh my god, that stuff again. You are not meant to start at Evesham, my dudes. Yeah, you're all meant to start at St. Mary Cray. Exactly. Cool, thanks. Just stay around and, you know, dock and take some goods with you. Alright. So that's that. That should hopefully get this whole thing kick-started that I'm planning out here. Now, the second thing that I actually would like to get going is this whole clay to bricks to Spacecity kind of thing. We only have a potential production of 100 out here at the moment, which is kind of sad, and we only need really 1 unit of clay out here, so it doesn't really make much sense to have both of these quarries connected. That said, this one is a bit further away, so as far as I understand the system, we should be earning more money if we get the clay from this quarry instead of this one, and it also kind of looks a bit advantageous for me, like with the train line crossings. Like, this one seems to be so close that I kind of have to fiddle around with the placement of any potential train station a bit, so I'm just going to go with this thing out here instead. I'm going to make it the standard cargo station because there could be stuff passing through right here. Going to make it as long as possible, you know, because you never know how much space we will eventually end up needing. I'm probably going to make it bit. Actually, wait, can we even... I think if we do it like this, we'll have an issue with that road, won't we? Maybe we can turn it around and place it on this side instead? Something like this would seem reasonable if that's in range. I mean, we could probably extend the terminal out to there. This does look a bit weird, doesn't it? I want to kind of terraform a bit just to make it look a bit better. Let's do that. Wow. Gonna need a bunch more strength on that thing. But yeah, so I just don't want to have a, you know, rise out awkwardly like that. I think that looks a bit weird. Costs me a bunch of money, but seriously. I think we should generally just, you know, look into like terraforming and making things a bit more beautiful overall, you know. Just pay a bit more attention to the detail there, because I haven't really done that much so far. I'm gonna flatten things a bit. Oh, that's a bit strong, is it? Great. That's not really... I don't know. What's a height map texture? Huh. Okay, I think that just makes it wavier. Smooth. Ah, yeah, that's what I need. I didn't need flatten, I needed smooth. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Alright. Yep, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, cool. And then we can maybe just ever so slightly lower this part out here, you know, make that look a bit better too. And flatten smooth. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now let's see if we can actually make it fit and it's actually close enough. As I said, I think if it's not going to be close enough, we can probably always just get like another cargo station attachment thingy a bit further up there, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue if that actually happens. That said, let's see. We are still in range. Perfect. So, I'm going to also... No, I'm actually not going to upgrade these roads here. No real need to at the moment. So, let's just keep it that way. And then we will obviously need a cargo station up here, which we're going to make a non-terminus station too, I think. And given this orientation, I think we'll probably make it kind of be oriented this way. Do we have any other place that we could eventually use bricks at? That will maybe be a first thing to look out for. We haven't. Yeah, so I think it makes sense for the cargo station to face this way, because we could actually... Oh, maybe we can have a mountain line going out here, after all. Oh, that would be sick. Maybe we can transport goods through the mountains out here and then over to Havant. Get the bricks delivered that way. You know, Berkhamsted as well. That would be pretty cool. I would love that. Alright, well, let's do that. So, buildings and cargo station, we're going to make it max range. What does catenary mean? I don't know that word. Do any of you know that word? I'm sure a few of you native English lads will know it. So, if you do, please make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Would be absolutely great as always. I'm going to slightly offset the angle of this thing just to kind of give us better, you know, angle out and a better angle in. So, the tracks can be as fast as possible in the very end, hopefully, fingers crossed. So, let us go and... Whoa! The system absolutely didn't understand what I wanted to do right there, and then it totally... Whoa! It's really not understanding what I want to do out here, does it? Like, look at that! I'm trying to pull out a train line. It's just totally freezing on me. Absolute madness. Okay, so we would need a tunnel right there, because the terrain is apparently quite sloped. Let's maybe kind of go straight for the time being, then, and we can just go... Oh! God. Yeah, somewhat more like that. I think that's a decent plan, is it? Looks kind of glitched though with the road. Let's go a bit lower. Just go like that, yeah, and then we will kind of just be aiming to go upwards from there, pretty much. So, if we can we? That's a holy moly, that's a long tunnel. Are we going to make it to the surface eventually, or is that just going up? Oh boy. Wait. Why is it I just maxed the incline and it didn't make it to the surface in time, but then I connected it to the train station and then it kind of just magically increased the incline. I don't even know what to say about that. We do have two options here. What's the two options? Oh. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I'm obviously not going to do that, but that's pretty cool. I guess. I guess if you're going to go through mountainous terrain or something, that would be a pretty cool thing, you know. Like, a little artificial valley or something. Or like canyon or something, right? More like a canyon. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That said, so, I don't know, it doesn't seem we can connect it. It's kind of a bit weird and everything, but as long as it works, I am happy. So, we will be getting a new train depot, as always. You know, I don't want to be embracing the Transport Fever 2 meme from the Reddit right here. So, let's just get a new one. And I'm going to just attach it this direction for the time being, because we'll have another... like another platform, like more rails out here eventually that will lead this direction, and then we will connect that to that. But for this, we only really need that one connection. Cool. This thing is blinking. Not quite sure why. Just like town statistics and everything. Oh, you can actually... I didn't even know that. So yeah, you can see that all in one quick window, which is kind of nice. You can also see some station statistics and stuff, which is really cool. You know, you can just check out if there's like a whole lot of passengers waiting somewhere, which does luckily not seem to be too much of the case, except for Church Road and Darley Dale and Bedell Central. Well, the Bedell Central makes sense, but what's Church Road and Darley Dale? Colburn and Annex makes sense as well. Colburn Branch doesn't make sense. Wait. Is it that? Oh, that. Well, that one makes sense. That one makes sense. But what was the thing in Darley Dale? Darlydale. Holt is the big station, is it? No. Is it? Where are all these people at right now? This is Victoria Road, this is Manor Road, Church Road. Okay, that was Church Road and that's Holt. Okay, so we are good on the whole passenger transport kind of thing. No, there's a lot of people waiting, but that's obviously for the passenger train, which is just about to steam in, so yeah. And that definitely has more capacity than what we need right there. See, we're still very much over capacity, which is nice. As long as we got some buffer in there, I'm very happy. And holy moly, do we have a lot of money? Jeez. How about making that much money all out of a sudden? Craziness. That said, we actually finally managed to empty this whole loading place, which is very, very great. I'm happy to see that. That's very nice. And that's hopefully going to make this thing up here a whole lot more consistent too. That said, we could probably eventually need a second line for planks, because this is not going to be feeding us enough. So we do have a factory out here. Doesn't look like there's any more wood plants around though. I mean, there's stuff over here. Guess we'll have to do that eventually. We've got another factory over there though, so that's maybe the better choice. But okay, for the time being, we have the tools connected. We do not have anything ready and going for the clay yet though, so let's go and take care of that. Let's make a new line, start it out here, get it out there, and we will call it Clay Bricks Spacecity. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we will obviously need a train for that. Now, how much do we need here for input frequency? It was only 100, was it? Well, no, we only need 100. Maybe we're not going to need the most expensive train in this one then. Did you just see the list of... Can we make this big again? Apparently not, but look at the list of road and tram and train depots. This is massive. Holy moly, that just goes to show you guys how long we've actually been playing this Freeplay save file. Like, we're only in 1918 and there's still so much still to do for us. But like, holy moly, that's actually mad. Are we in this one now? Yeah, it does look like it. So, I'm not going to go for an A35 then. We could go for this one, to be honest. This one was always kind of nice, right? Because it is better than the BR75, than the PLM 220 by a lot. It's a lot faster too. It can max out the speed on these cards, and it is kind of close for the whole maintenance cost. I think this is going to be my go-to secondary locomotive when I don't need max speed and max power, and thus don't need the A35. I think that's my new go-to locomotive for that kind of stuff. So let's go for that, and let's go all the way down here. I think we're going to need gondolas, are we? Yeah. Okay, so that's not gondolas. Slight misclick. Are we going to go for 100 for the time being? Just see where the capacity gets us. Let's just go with that, and then we can just edit it on the go. So, we want to assign this to Clay Brick Spacecity. Train is going to be going out. Let's just check it out real quick, you know, while we're already here. And it's going to be a new commodity today, isn't it? That's going to be a new commodity. That's going to be nice. I have actually not had a new commodity in quite a while, I think. We've been kind of doing the same stuff. Ah, I love that. Love the little honk there. But we've kind of been doing the same stuff for quite a while now, so that's going to be a new change. Because, like, we always had wood, we always had planks, we always had tools, you know, all this oil and all that stuff that we always had. But clay is going to be a new thing, and maybe we can do more of that. Maybe we can actually, you know, get ourselves into, like, iron and steel and everything too. Like, just explore some new commodities. Why not? That said, let's have a look at what the estimated rate is going to be here now. We are at clay bricks. Holy moly. That's actually that's a hell of a rate. It's honestly a bit much. I mean, you know, we've got the production for it, so honestly, not too bad. You know, we can still make the money. We are kind of oversupplying the thing, but we're still going to make the money, right? We're going to be able to take all of it, and we're going to be able to deliver all of it. So it's not like it's going to be a problem for us, but God, it's quite the raid right there. And that just goes to show you how short this distance actually is. Because this distance right here, with a train that cheap, with only 100 capacity, and that crazy rate, like, if we would do the same thing on this thing, we would probably have a rate of like 800 with like half the train carts. That's kind of over-exaggerating it, but I think you all can agree that is going to be a bit crazy. Cool, so we can probably just quickly already start setting up the truck station here too, just to kind of get that on the way already. Did I upgrade the road? It does very much look like it, so that's great. And then we'll need a truck unload stop, which this does looks like it's supplying all the things. Not quite, not that factory up there. Can I make it a bit further up to make it work? Is that everything? Very much looks like it, doesn't it? I didn't see a single building that's not supplied by that. Perfect. Cool. And that's even going to make the kind of distance shorter for our trucks, so that's even better. That said, let's go and also set up a road depot. And also, let's now have a look at the clay real quick before this train steams out of here. Okay. Not really that much to see right there. But, you know, a whole pile of grey. Look at that thing, though. I absolutely love it. Steaming. Whoa, that's a bit of a lag. Steaming into the tunnel. Absolutely cool. Alright, awesome. And with this very, very interesting view, I think it is time for me to leave you guys with that one. So, for the time being, this is going to be it for this episode today. I hope you all very much enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. It does always help supporting the channel, and if you're new around here and did enjoy this episode and would like to stay around for more of my content, also definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell right next to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. That said, as always, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Ciao.